Introduction: The cultural legacy of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great's conquests fundamentally altered the cultural landscape of the ancient world, leading to the widespread dissemination of Greek culture, ideas, and customs, a phenomenon known as Hellenism. Spanning from Greece through Asia Minor, Egypt, and into India, Alexander's campaigns not only established one of the largest empires in history, but also created a unique environment where Greek and local cultures could interact and influence one another. This cultural diffusion laid the foundations for the Hellenistic Age, a period marked by remarkable advancements in art, science, philosophy, and trade. This exploration of Alexander and the spread of Hellenism will examine the mechanisms through which Greek culture disseminated across the territories he conquered, the significant cultural exchanges that emerged, and the lasting impact of Hellenism on subsequent civilizations. The mechanisms of Hellenism, how Greek culture spread. 1. Military conquest and administration. Alexander's military campaigns facilitated the initial spread of Greek culture through the conquest of Persian territories and beyond. As he captured cities and regions, Greek soldiers and administrators accompanied him, bringing their customs, language, and practices with them. Founding of cities. Alexander established over 20 cities, many named Alexandria, as centers of governance and culture. These cities became hubs for Greek settlers and veterans, promoting the diffusion of Greek culture in previously non-Greek regions. Local governance. Alexander often appointed local leaders to maintain administrative continuity while promoting Hellenistic ideals. This strategy allowed for a blend of Greek and local governance, fostering a sense of unity and shared identity among diverse populations. 2. Cultural interactions and exchanges. The integration of Greek and local cultures was not a one-sided process. It involved significant interactions and exchanges that enriched both Greek and Eastern traditions. Cultural adaptation. While Greek culture was disseminated through conquest, it was also adapted by local populations. This cultural synthesis produced new forms of art, architecture, and religious practices that reflected both Greek and local influences. Intermarriage. Alexander encouraged marriages between his soldiers and local women to promote unity. Notably, his mass wedding at Susa, where he married Persian women, symbolized his commitment to blending cultures and fostering goodwill. 3. Trade and economic exchange. The establishment of trade routes during Alexander's conquests facilitated the movement of goods, ideas, and culture across vast distances. Economic networks. The interconnectedness of Hellenistic cities promoted trade between the East and West. Greek merchants traveled to and settled in newly established cities, introducing Greek products, art, and customs. Cultural exchange. As goods moved along trade routes, so did ideas. The exchange of philosophical thought, scientific knowledge, and artistic techniques enriched the cultural fabric of the regions influenced by Hellenism. The cultural flourishing of the Hellenistic Age. The period following Alexander's conquests, known as the Hellenistic Age, 323 to 31 BCE, was marked by significant cultural advancements and the blending of Greek and Eastern traditions. This era witnessed remarkable developments in various fields. 1. Art and architecture. Hellenistic art became characterized by its emotional depth, realism, and diversity. Artists began to explore new themes and subjects, moving away from the idealized forms of classical Greek art. Sculpture. The period saw the creation of iconic sculptures, such as the Venus de Milo and the Laocoon group, which showcased a heightened sense of emotion and movement. Architecture. Hellenistic architecture combined Greek styles with local influences, leading to the construction of grand public buildings, theaters, and temples that reflected the fusion of cultures. 2. Philosophy and science. The Hellenistic Age was a time of intellectual growth, as scholars from various backgrounds came together to explore new ideas. Philosophical schools. The emergence of schools such as Stoicism and Epicureanism demonstrated the blending of Greek philosophical thought with local beliefs. These schools emphasized ethics, happiness, and the pursuit of knowledge. Scientific advancements. The period produced significant figures such as Euclid in mathematics and Archimedes in physics, whose works laid the groundwork for future scientific inquiry. 3. Literature and language. The spread of Hellenism also influenced literature, as Greek became the lingua franca of the Eastern Mediterranean and beyond. Literary works. The Hellenistic period saw the flourishing of poetry, drama, and historical writing. Notable poets like Callimachus and Theocritus contributed to the rich literary tradition of the era. Linguistic influence. The widespread use of Greek in administration, trade, and culture facilitated communication and cultural exchange among diverse peoples, promoting a sense of shared identity across regions. The lasting impact of Hellenism on subsequent civilizations. The legacy of Hellenism persisted long after the decline of Alexander's empire, influencing subsequent civilizations in profound ways. 1. Roman adoption of Hellenistic culture. As the Roman Republic expanded, it encountered the remnants of Hellenistic culture. The Romans were deeply influenced by Greek art, literature, philosophy, and governance. Cultural assimilation. Roman elites adopted Greek customs, and the Latin language incorporated many Greek words and ideas. The Roman education system was heavily influenced by Greek thought and philosophy. Art and architecture. Roman art and architecture drew inspiration from Hellenistic styles, leading to the creation of iconic structures such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon. 2. Spread of Hellenism in the East. Hellenism continued to influence cultures in the Near East and Central Asia, especially during the rise of the Parthian and Sasanian empires. Cultural syncretism. The blending of Greek and local customs persisted in these regions, resulting in unique cultural identities that combined elements from both traditions. Intellectual traditions. The scientific and philosophical advancements of the Hellenistic period laid the groundwork for later developments in the Islamic Golden Age, where scholars built upon Hellenistic knowledge and ideas. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of Hellenism. The spread of Hellenism, driven by the conquests of Alexander the Great, fundamentally transformed the ancient world. His military campaigns established a framework for cultural exchange that fostered the integration of Greek and Eastern traditions, leading to significant advancements in art, science, philosophy, and trade. The legacy of Hellenism extends far beyond Alexander's lifetime, influencing the development of subsequent civilizations, particularly the Roman Empire. The enduring impact of this cultural diffusion is evident in the realms of language, literature, and the arts, as well as in the intellectual traditions that continue to shape our understanding of the world today. The resilience of Hellenistic culture and its ability to adapt and persist through various historical transformations are crucial elements in understanding the legacy of Alexander's conquests. The mechanisms by which Hellenism spread and endured can be examined through several key processes that ensured its integration into the fabric of diverse societies. 1. Education and philosophy. The educational systems that emerged during the Hellenistic Age were instrumental in perpetuating Greek culture and thought. Philosophical schools. Institutions such as the Lyceum and the Academy became centers for philosophical inquiry, attracting students from various regions. The teachings of philosophers like Aristotle, Epicurus, and the Stoics were disseminated across the empire, influencing intellectual thought and ethical frameworks. Literacy and literature. The promotion of literacy through Greek literature played a vital role in cultural transmission. Texts in philosophy, poetry, and drama circulated widely, fostering a shared cultural identity among educated elites across the Hellenistic world. 2. Trade and economic interdependence. The extensive trade networks established during the Hellenistic Age facilitated the movement of not only goods but also cultural practices, ideas, and technologies. Cultural exchange through trade. The interactions between traders from different regions led to the exchange of cultural practices. Markets became places of dialogue and cultural integration, where Greek and local customs mingled, producing unique hybrids of culture. Economic alliances. As trade routes connected various regions, economic dependencies emerged. Local rulers and communities often aligned themselves with Hellenistic powers to benefit from trade, further embedding Greek culture within their societies. 3. Religious syncretism. The blending of religious beliefs was another significant factor in the spread of Hellenism. Syncretic deities. As Greek and local religions interacted, new syncretic deities emerged, representing a fusion of beliefs. This blending made it easier for local populations to accept and integrate Greek customs and practices. Cults and rituals. Greek religious practices, such as the worship of gods like Apollo and Asclepius, were adopted and adapted in various regions. The establishment of temples and religious festivals facilitated the integration of Greek culture into local traditions. Hellenism's impact on subsequent civilizations. The cultural, political, and intellectual legacies of Hellenism continued to influence civilizations long after the fall of the Hellenistic kingdoms. 1. The Roman Empire's cultural adoption. The Roman Empire, which emerged as the dominant power after the Hellenistic Age, was profoundly influenced by Hellenistic culture. Cultural assimilation. Roman elites adopted Greek customs, philosophies, and arts. The education system of Rome was heavily influenced by Greek models, leading to the incorporation of Greek literature and rhetoric into Roman education. Architectural innovations. Roman architecture and engineering were inspired by Hellenistic styles. Structures such as amphitheaters, aqueducts, and public baths showcased a blend of Greek architectural principles with Roman innovation. 2. The spread of Hellenism in the East. The influence of Hellenism extended into the East, particularly during the rise of the Parthian and Sasanian empires. Cultural syncretism. In regions like Persia and Central Asia, the fusion of Greek and local traditions created unique cultural identities. The continuation of Hellenistic art, literature, and philosophy influenced these civilizations. Intellectual traditions. The knowledge preserved during the Hellenistic Age laid the groundwork for significant advancements during the Islamic Golden Age. Scholars in the Islamic world built upon Greek scientific and philosophical texts, contributing to developments in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. 3. Impact on the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire, which emerged from the remnants of the Roman Empire, was significantly influenced by Hellenistic culture. Preservation of Greek culture. Byzantine scholars played a crucial role in preserving Greek literature and philosophy during the Middle Ages. Their work ensured that the ideas of Hellenism would continue to shape European thought.